Name for the record, sir.
Okay, I'm Roger Metz. I'm a resident of Rushfrd, and what I want to speak to is that your consideration on number 8 regarding the police protection within this community and reduction of staff. Now, am I in the right? Am I doing this at the right time?
It's on the agenda, you're on. They're asking for information for stuff that isn't on the agenda, or you want to?
I said for anything other than public hearing topics.
Public hearing topics.
Sorry. We're all right.
Is that all right?
You're all right. Go
Can
ahead.
I proceed?
Yes.
Okay, I am in favor of the police protection and continuing with this, those that, like we've had in the past. And I look upon that as like in healthcare, we have an emergency room, and there are times that are going to be down times, but when you need them, you need them. And also, we have an excellent first responder with the ambulance service in this community, and the first person that arrives, and I can tell you that by the experience I have had, is that police officer. And it's amazing what help that police officer gives, at that time, and so on. So, but I'm so much in favor of continuing the protection and the staff that we have had, and increasing this person to full-time, as has been discussed in the paper. Do you have any questions of me at all, or?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else? Please state your name for the record.
Hello, my name is Tony Hyam. I'm married to Ken Hyam. We make our home at 305 South Burr Oak Street for 26 years. I have 2 questions. One is, are there special rules or ordinances or laws that apply to council members and their families? It seems strange that a citizen in this community is questioned on the use of public land and access, yet someone that sits at this table can have large trucks haul dirt over a city ponding area with no questions. The modification of contour and drainage for one property's benefit that could adversely impact other residents should be looked at, even though there is no building permit in hand. And then I would like to ask how you would feel if your driveway disappeared one day. No advanced warning, you just happen to be home one day, and you look out your window to see a council member directing an excavation crew to dig a 6-foot deep, 30-foot long hole going down your driveway. The pavement that was in place to keep the driveway stable during snow, ice, and heavy rains was removed. The only way to get off your property is to drive through your lawn. The next day you watch as these people direct a semi to drive through your lawn. I would like to commend Public Works and the city engineers for holding meetings on what is going on the Burr Oak Street project. The process was started, but the follow-through and communication needs to be proactive, not reactive. Listen to what is being said as well.
Have you talked to our administrator about this? Please, go ahead.
Kenny Hyam, Tony's husband.
Yeah.
We got the answer that don't know nothing about it. There was an emergency water break. Call in for emergency locate. Next thing you know, we're digging. Why? No easements have been given. There's a dispute between the property owners on our driveway. And after talking to our lawyer, Roger, I'm ready to go to court. You don't own it. The whole project down there on our side of the street could be wiped out. Now why was there no, they turn the water off, then they come to the house, we find out we have no water. Oh, I guess we can turn yours back on because it doesn't affect you. There was no communication. One says, we were told, Jeff said they're not supposed to be digging. Mr. Sarvey, you said, I don't know nothing about it. Where is the communication? Who's running the town?
Josh, were you down there?
No. I was not informed that they would be digging either.
I was told the digging was for the new houses going in, not
That's
on
what I
your
was
side.
told.
That
happened
would
Friday.
make sense. Why wouldn't you dig that?
Well, I know, that was my assumption.
It didn't happen that way.
It went on
So
the other
why
side.
ask the person sitting next to you?
You know what I think about it?
I don't understand where you're coming from.
It's not your driveway, Roger.
Have you ever had your land surveyed?
Yes.
So,
Have you ever heard of an easement by perception? After 15 years of use and maintain of an area, it becomes yours? That's what we're to go into court with.
you're going to court with it.
I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
we are.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Because there was
That's-
so much lack of respect for the homeowners that live there currently.
Ken, we're good. We're not gonna talk about this right here.
I
Ken,
understand that.
we're not gonna talk about it anymore.
But we
I
would
want
like
this to
to
go
have
through-
a meeting with the council. I don't care who shows up from the council, Public Works, and the administrator of why this happened the way it happened. We would like answers, along with Generation X, to find out who said, let's dig this first before we dig for Bruners who are building. Colbinsons aren't building for 5-6 years down the road.
We'll straighten
Now,
it
they
out.
also have to tear up our driveway again because they have to come back and put in natural gas line. Because the natural gas line is on our side of the property.
Kenny, we'll figure it out, okay?
We just want, in a timely manner, not, let's drag this on. Soon.
All right. Thank you very much. Anybody else?
One more time.
Okay, go ahead, Kenny.
I would like this council, as a member of the fire department and first responder, you don't know how nice it is to pull up to a scene, a house fire or whatever it be, and there is a person in blue there, or brown, but as in this case, we're talking about the city coverage. It is nice to have a police officer at that scene, because nowadays, in the training that we have taken, and Mark can speak to us about this, we're just not rushing in there to fight the fire. You canvass the area, look for who is leaving, what is not right with the area. You need a police officer there. You're not going to get that if you're only going to be cover 16 hours a day. It doesn't work that way anymore. The old days of Jay Summers' police action is not right. He covered it, but he also worked 60 to 70 hours a week too. Thank you.
I attended the meth lab training that you guys did earlier in summer. And you
There's-
talked about it's a total collaboration between fire department, police, and ambulance.
It's much more than what it used to be, a Barney Fife and the one bullet gun.
All right, thank you very much, Kenny. Anybody else? Please rise, state your name for the record.
Kimberly Rasmussen. I am here going to agree with Mr. Heim and Mr. Metz regarding the police department. I myself, you all know that I work at Quick Trip, open majority of the time, 3:30 in the morning. Gives me a nice peace of mind when I come into town that there is a police officer on duty. Heaven forbid anything does happen while walking from the truck to the door and there's no police to be called. It's nice that there would be 24-hour emergency service in this town.
Thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead, straight name for the record.
I'm Tricia Parrish, and I'm just here to reiterate what's already being said about the continued police protection in this town. Even if it were such that maybe we could look at it, we have a lot of projects going on right now. This is not the time to be thinking about depleting our police protection. We're tearing up a main road next year, and I'm just gonna say part of this is selfish because you're routing by my house, okay? I wanna know that somebody's making sure people run that stop sign 9 out of 10 times right now. If you're gonna be running by my house, I wanna make sure somebody's gonna be out there to make sure, we need the police protection the way it currently is with the 3-time full-time. And then on the business end of things as well, I'm the tourism director at Historic Bluff Country, and I just think it's very important. If you want, we